Newspapers, magazines, TV. The mainstream media is barely surviving. So who's to blame? Let's talk about that. Why do you think newspapers and traditional media are dying?
Because of the technology, like internet, all the information you can find in the newspaper or on the internet. So people are just looking at the iPod or the computer just to search for news.
It's clearly happening, and it's a shame that print newspapers are going out of business. But I certainly hope that all the media doesn't go out. It's pretty important.
Where do you get your news?
Internet completely.
Do you think it's more biased or less biased than from mainstream media?
I think I don't know if it's more or less biased, but I think people know what they're getting into when they're on the internet.
Because you know who the source is that it's coming from, whereas on the internet you don't know who could be putting that news story out there.
So that makes it more valid, you think?
It's maybe biased, but it's usually valid.
So does the bias bother you?
Yeah, we pick stations based on bias.
Newspaper is more in depth. I think everyone should read the newspaper every day. Online is faster, maybe not as reliable.
So does it bother you that the newspapers are dying because of the online business?
Yeah, it does. It does.
What do they have to do to survive?
I think if I had that answer, I'd have a heck of a lot of money in my pocket right now.
Come up with some more interesting stories.
It's all about content.
Come up with something a little, you don't have to talk about celebrities or stupid, I don't know, so stuff that's unimportant.
They're probably just going to have to change the way they do things, and they'll survive it. Everything else survives change. They'll just have to find a way to survive it.
Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing that the internet is taking the place?
It's a good thing, but once again you can get lost because there are too much opinions, and you can. That's very interesting to have a lot of point of views, but at last, at the end, I'm not sure you know better what to think.
And you're not sure if they're actually valid or not on the internet.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the great thing about the internet. I absolutely love the internet. I adore it. I think it's a great thing. I think it's still in its infancy. There's so much yet to come from it. But yeah, people are going out in a second. Anything that happens after the world, they go online and they Google it, or they, whatever brand you use, they go after it. They look at it. What is this? What is that? Who's talking about it? It's not always accurate, but that's what people are looking for. So that's probably the truer judge of what's going on than anything else.
No matter what the cause of the demise of the mainstream media, the bottom line is if they want to survive, they're going to have to figure out a new approach, and fast.